In this episode of Fishing, Boating and Exploring, we head deep into Platypus Bay and do battle with some Trevally, Queenfish and Mackerel, all while jigging. G'day, my name is Luke and this is my wife Jen, and here are our two growing boys Liam and Elliot. We've been fishing, boating and exploring the pristine waters of the Fraser coast for about 10 years now. So subscribe and come join the adventure. Absolute beautiful day, folks. Day 3, let's go.
Your vessel got a name over?
Every time I take, look at that sounder. This is a fight. Very Trevally-ish. Big school. So today I've come up to the top. Well, I'm just further out from Fraser Island, up in Platypus Bay. This guy's giving me some curry, eh? This is the Samurai extractor, and it feels great. I'm just worried about whether I've gone too lighter on the line. It's a Trevally. He's going around and feeding. I think it's Trevally. It looks Trevally-ish. Yep. Not quite done. Trying to pull them up from down there, it really hurts. Oh. And if you can't tell, it's a little chilly. How good that extractor, beautiful. Worked really well. I'll just get the lip grippers and stuff. So there's a huge school of them down there just circling around at the moment. There he is. Beautiful fish. On the jigging gear. So he's actually hooked in the head and in the mouth, so I don't know whether the jigs hooked him in the head first and that's why the fight was so hard. But yeah, beautiful fish. So hopefully the first of many today. Let's get him back in the water so he can swim away. So what happened there, folks, was I was just moving along, coming past a couple of marks, and I just slowed my speed because I was actually going to go to a mark a bit further out, and I noticed on the sounder fish, so I slowed down, turned around, came back, spot locked on that spot, had a bit of a jig, and they moved away fairly quickly. So then all I did is I just used the circle feature and I just did a 20-meter circle, and as I was going on that 20-meter circle I picked that school of fish up again. And if I hadn't, I would have just gone to 30 meters, 50 meters, just to give a good look on the area. Generally when you see them, they won't move too far away. So just don't be afraid to move around a little bit, just to find where the school's moving. On the sounder right now, I can see them still there. So I'm just gonna try and follow them around a bit and see if I can get a few in the boat. So that's them there, just ducking off the screen. There's the remnants of them over there. All right, so it looks like they're just circling around in this patch. So I'll just keep hitting this patch and see if I can pull up if there's anything else with them. So I can see them on the sounder again. They're just sitting off to the right-hand side about 20 meters. So just over this side of the boat. I'm anchor locked now. Another jig. Okay, 50 grams I'm using. I'm in about 22 meters of water, and I just let it get to the bottom, and that's all I do. That's as complicated as it gets. Now that guy actually hit it. I'll show you what I did. So it's on the bottom now. I just went up, let it go down, up, and I'm winding a touch as well. Yep, there we go again. That was on about the 4th, 5th wind. Oh. So even though they're showing on the sounder from a fair way down, oh, this guy's really going for it. It was about the same. Oh, this guy's coming up pretty quick, so I reckon it might be a mackerel. Yep, it's a mackerel. Okay, so it's got a bit of a mixed bag down there. Hey, come here. Oh, straight into the net. He's taking that jig as well. I'm just going to get, there we go, get everything away. I'm going to put him back because he's a bit small. If I can get a bigger one, I'll try and get a bigger one. I have to admit, that's one of the advantages of using this style of jig. Okay, so this is the Jig Para. If you go to the Frogley's offshore website, you can check these out. Trebles at the bottom and the single on top. I haven't modified that, that's how they come in the packet. Okay, this is the 50 gram one. One of the advantages of having the treble on the bottom, when those mackerel turn up, they very quickly snip off with their sharp teeth this top hook. Sometimes they hit the leader and you'll lose the whole thing, but I do find with these ones, because of the trebles at the back, and that's where he was hooked on the treble and that, because it obviously swung around, you seem to survive longer with these ones, as opposed to just having the hook off the top. Alright, so that's one of the advantages of these jig paras, and as I mentioned, 50 grams. I'll keep using this one because it seems to be working, so let's see if we can get another one. Okay, so you can see the sounder again. Okay, lit up like a Christmas tree off to the left hand side. Okay, right down low. Yep. Oh. Yep. Queenfish this time. Oh. This time the queenfish have arrived. Down below, he took that about 2/3 of the way up that time. Okay, same sort of thing, let it get down to the bottom, couple of hops off the bottom, and bring it up through the water column as I've shown you, and boom, he was on. We'll get this guy back as well. So one thing when handling these guys, folks, they're very, very slippery. See these two spines down the bottom? They can do a lot of damage. So just be careful with them. Okay, so that's a couple of good fish on the one jig. Always after catching a good fish, check your knot, check your leader. Looks okay, knot looks good. I'm happy with that. I'm going to go again without retying. It's amazing, sometimes, yeah, just a real wild rip back towards the boat is what got this guy. So they're definitely feeding mid-column, not off the bottom. This looks like a mackerel the way it's coming up so quick. See how it's coming right up to the surface? Oh, it's a queenfish, another queenie. And that's them on the sounder. See, they're feeding up around that mid-water column up there. Oh. Old Stratic loves this. Samurai extractor. Oh. So they're all about that size at the moment. He's put absolute blood everywhere. Again, check that leader. It's looking a little frayed, so I'm going to retie. Okay, I just tied direct on. Just gonna get the scissors. Okay, so see how there's 3 rings on there? All right, there's the ring on the lure itself, split ring in the middle, and then one off the little hook. Okay, the assist hook. Go for the split ring. All right, thread through the split ring. All I do is I go through once, back around, back under again. So double. Get my fat finger, and then I bring it back over itself. Fat finger, wrap around that. Okay, so you've got that sort of thing. I don't know how well this is going to show up. And then I go through that loop 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Pull it tight. Okay, so the knot will sit up there. As you pull on it, should slide. Sometimes you got to lube it, or move it. Get it down nice and close to that. So it's like that. Okay, and then cut off your tag a little bit, and then you're reset, ready to go. Let's try again. Oh. Should take my jacket off. It's getting very hot. This feels significantly larger than the other ones. He's either hooked differently. There's nothing really down there reefy for him to break me off on. So I'm just going to let him tucker out a bit and take line where I can. That's why these jigging rods are so good, because all the power's right there. All right, so it's all about leverage, power of levers, and the power through this section of this rod is beautiful. I'll even throw a lure at a tuna school with a jigging rod. Sounds like suicide, but it works. because when they get right below you, these are the perfect rods. These shorter rods are perfect for the leverage that you need to bring them straight up vertically. And this samurai extractor, oh my, I can see a flash. It's another queenfish. I found a trevally and now I'm finding all these queenfish. He was fighting a lot harder. They must be patrolling around the outside of the school. There he is. Another one. Oh, he's actually fat. That's why. I'm getting myself tangled up. Oh, another beautiful queenfish. On the jig, he's taking the treble at the bottom, this one. He's fat. I know they're normally quite skinny, but he's really fat in the middle. He's really heavy. Anyway, beautiful fish. There you go, folks. Day 3. I'm about to head back in. It's coming up to midday. One of the things I've noticed in the 3 days I've been out this week is once the sun comes out and it gets really bright and about to that midday stage, I find the fish have been shutting down. I can still see them on the sounder, but they're not taking a jig or a soft plastic anymore. So might still take bait, I don't quite know, but on the last 3 days, definite pattern has emerged that sun comes out behind the clouds, gets nice and bright, and about that midday period, and they've been shutting down. Join us next week for a family boating adventure along Fraser Island. We stop in to explore one of the island's gorgeous little creeks, break out the paddleboard for some family fun, say hello to the wildlife, talk about how much fuel you need for your next boating adventure, and enjoy lunch in the must-visit Wathumba Creek. See you then.